Good evening, Sveiki, Privet. My name is Vladimir, but lately people like calling me Vlad. I don't know why they don't like name Vladimir, but come on, work. Oh, how did that happen? That's not intentional. Can we go to the first slide, please? There we go. So, good evening. I know that you will all prefer to be somewhere with a gin tonic and maybe a Vladimir Muise in your hand, but you are stuck with me. So I will be very brief. I have 20 minutes, and those started 5 minutes ago. Okay, I'm the Chief Sales Officer of Ieraksts, a gamification platform, and today I want to talk to you about something which is kind of a secret, something which was kept for a while, reserved for large companies with huge marketing budgets. How to supercharge your marketing and sales strategies by generating more leads than you could ever imagine. And well, given that our platform does that, my time is running out already. So I want to ask a question. Let's do a show of hands. Who knows what gamification is? Okay, most people do. Who actually used it in their work? Okay, some hands, that's good. So before I go into the slides, I have two options of the slides. One is a 40-slide long presentation about gamification, and the other one is like, fuck it, let's hack it. Do I do the long one or the short one? Who wants the short one? Perfect, we'll go with the short one. So, before I actually go into the things, I want to play a little game with you, because gamification. I'll ask you 3 questions, so please think about those. Who of you, as your job title, have marketing specialist, SEO specialist, marketing manager? Come on, hands. Okay, I count 40, perfect. Who of you has a sales job title? Like sales manager, sales assistant, sales superstar? Okay, fewer, like 15. And who has a hybrid title, like business development, CEO, HR maybe? So you kind of do all of stuff. Okay, so we're almost evenly split. And now, this is where the provocations start. Marketing people who raise their hands on marketing. Now, please raise your hand if you think that colleagues from sales and business development think that you do a great job 100% of the time. Well, oh, come on, someone must have a huge self-esteem to say, I do the best job. Anyone? No hands, well, that's kind of sad. Okay, again, this is a sort of also coaching session, psychiatry, couples therapy thing. So, could someone from the sales and or business development roles tell me, that was one hand, 2 hands, perfect. So tell me why you potentially don't think that marketing is doing a great job 100% of the time. And I'm looking for one very particular word which we have used today. Someone, what is marketing not giving enough of to you? There we go, leads. Marketing is all fluffy and fancy and campaigny and spending a lot of money, but they don't give us leads. Boo. So, and this is the time where we say, but marketing is actually doing a great job, but kind of not enough leads. And we're never happy about that. And this actually problem has been existing for years. And me, myself, I have been in sales, marketing, biz dev for the last 20 years. Yes, I'm old, sorry. And I feel your pain. I have been fighting marketing managers as a salesperson, and I have been fighting salespeople as a marketing manager. And the question is, but why? We are on the same team. Our roles should complement each other, but somehow they don't. So, what if we fix that? And in order to fix that, I'll need you to use your phones now. We'll do a little team game, meaning that You will play a game, it lasts like 30 seconds, and then we'll see which team, so marketing, sales, hybrid, does the best. Okay, ready? You should go to this link, and it's maximumeffort.adact.me/RC1, and play a game there. Be sure to select the correct role for you, because that's important for the outcome. And I have 0 time, so I will give you exactly 3 minutes to get on there, to play the game, and then we will see which team scores best. Maximum effort, ffft.adact.me/RC, like RIGA COMM 1. And yes, I know I could have put there some short bit.ly link, but since my brand is called Maximum Effort, I want you to put in maximum effort. Huh? Yes, or QR code. But
for link?
For link, yes, I know. Yes, I know. Again, maximum effort. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention. The player on the team who has the best results will get these headphones right here on the stage. So, I'll put it here. That's your motivational piece. Okay. Okay, 1 more minute to play. In case you didn't get in. And the interesting part about this conflict, which I talk about, that it's inside our companies, something which we are facing every day, but we are not really trying to fix, because we're not talking about meaningful outcomes. We're not talking enough about how our synergies as people, as employees, can actually help our company move forward. And again, there is a way to do it, and I will tell you how in a few seconds. 20 seconds left. My colleague Matthias is looking at the results. He will tell us the results in the end, so I'll keep that a secret. And in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. We're moving on. So, there was an introduction, and then something happened, you played a game. So what was that about? Let me explain. When we talk about marketing, branding, and sales, today the challenge is not so much to be out there, but it's about to connect to your audiences. So to engage with customers and employees, to be fair. And the way it works, it's not, okay, in a sense it's a numbers game, but it works actually on a physiological, neurological layer. The people who want to, or who you want to learn about your brand, they take time to adapt to it, to understand your ideas, to understand your products. And according to Dr. Karen Purvis, now delayed, who was researching this, it takes up to 400 iterations to have 2 neurons in your brain to connect the synapse. But there's a hack. And the hack is if your brain is focused on playing a game. So when someone plays a game, they create the brain connections faster. It means that when they play a game, they engage with your audience in a completely different way. They get to learn about you, they get to feel you, and that's super important. And when we talk about gamification, we're not talking about just people playing a game. Here's a game, play it, you're done, you have a prize. We're talking about using game elements to talk directly to the brains of your consumers. And game elements, let's get back to what we have done just right now, are different. So, what have we done before this? We have established a story. A story was the conflict, sort of, between marketing, sales, business development. So there is a context. Then we have created a team, a role. I am a marketer, I'm playing a game. And I'm playing a game for my team. So I am working with my team to achieve something. Then there was the reward. You play the game, you play it good, you get the reward. And there was a leaderboard which will help us track the scores. So all those concepts are from games. Your audience, your consumer, your customer is probably somewhere aged 50 and below, and those people have grown up with playing games. The younger generation, they are on games on the phones all the time. But even the older generation now is also playing games. And this is super important because that's a different way to engage with them. And when you take these concepts, game-based concepts, for their brains, it's very natural to receive your message. Paper, advertisement, billboard, play a game, ooh, that's interesting. And what you do with gamification is you take these game concepts and apply those to real case scenarios. One of the questions, and we were in the booth all day today, which was very popular, was, but can you gamify anything? Can you make a game out of anything? And that's a very it is okay, but it's a wrong question. The question which you should be asking when you want to generate more leads and engage with your customers in a different way is, what do I want to achieve? What is the outcome I want to create for my customers, or something which I want them to do? And the game mechanics help you reach this outcome. So Matthias, who will be here shortly with the results, sits down with customers and talks, what is it you want to achieve? We want more brand awareness. Okay. We want to generate more leads for this new product we have. Okay. We want to create a service which matches our customer wishes. And all of those goals, once identified, can be gamified. I mean, take the trade show, for example. There are plenty of booths where they're just sitting and asking for a business card. Give me a business card. Come on, give it. You have a business card? Can I have one? And it's like, no. For one, no one gives out business cards anymore. For the other, it's just not much fun. But what if they start the dialogue with you in a gaming format? Like, hey, I have a puzzle for you to solve. Hey, I have a trivia game to test your knowledge. Or, can you beat everyone else's score in a match-free game which you just played? It's a completely different start of a dialogue which you can engage in. And you can use gamification all over the place, and it's growing. Now, when we talk about big gamification in general, and obviously you'll have to spend money there, the problem has been that it was reserved, as I mentioned before, for large companies. Someone who could go to a marketing agency and spend 30, 50, 100,000 euros on a gamified marketing campaign. Yes, they can do it, but it's not really fair for everyone else. I mean, yes, companies like Orkla, Pfizer, international brands, McDonald's, they can spend millions in marketing, but most of you can't. So where is the money? And the money in gamification comes in three flavors. One comes from increasing your revenues through new approaches. It's very important, and it also is super easy because you're out of the box thinking. That time where you sit down in the coffee room, marketing to sales, you set your differences aside, like sipping it, and then, yeah, how about we do this kind of campaign? This is possible by using gamification. Then one of the lead costs on the lead acquisition is the price for actually getting those leads. You cannot pour endlessly money into AdWords, especially when we talk about markets which are English speaking. UK, US, Australia, we want to have our ads in those markets, but paying $10 for a click, which is maybe giving us a lead, maybe not, it scales up too fast. And last but not least, one thing which I really want you to sort of keep in your mind is that marketing, lead generation, it's about generating more cash for your company. So when you are not supercharging your marketing campaigns, you're actually missing on making money. It's that simple. I know it's like Captain Obvious stuff, but if you are not making this money, someone else is. If you are not making cool, engaging campaigns which make your customers recognize your brand, which make your customers connect to you, someone else will. The word is out there. So again, 2, 3, 5 years ago, huge expenses, impossible to implement quickly. Nowadays, you can do it. And with the millennials, Gen Zs moving up the social ladder, up the hierarchy, the game is changing. And the reason for you to involve the whole team, the marketing, the sales, the biz dev, into thinking about what we want to achieve and how is on the table. The question is how, and one of the answers is gamifying your messaging, gamifying your engagement. Here are some examples for you to consider and to inspire you. This is a game which Bitte created recently, super successful. Maybe some of you, has anyone actually seen this game by Bitte? Anyone? Okay, well, I have someone. So, it's a simple Wheel of Fortune game. It's based on percentage to win some sort of reward. They were giving out discounts for buying phones and actual phones. Very nice, very easy. Air Baltic wanted to promote their destinations and the summer vibe, and they created a game with a questionnaire about Latvian summer day traditions, midsummer day traditions, sorry. And here is one customer, which is at the moment anonymous, who are creating a whole advent calendar full of games and prizes to delight their customers. So a person who engages with their brand in the morning, they know, oh, okay, I can play a new game. Maybe I win some free chocolate. Maybe I win a sweater. Maybe I win a trip. All these things are possible and available to you nowadays. So the question is, are you ready to supercharge your lead generation today, to get those campaigns more interactive, giving you more value, or you will say something like, you know, I will go and buy another ad on Delphi and another one in some newspaper. It will cost me 15,000 and maybe we'll get some traction there. Yeah. But my dear friend Matthias, it's the exciting part now, so the technological and other stuff is over. Can tell us who wins the AirPods, because that's what everyone wants. So, wow. On the third place is the hybrid team, who scored an average of 10. And yeah, that's not too much. The marketing team scored 11-point average. And the winner by far is the sales team with 18.88 average. So the winner, the sales team is good at swiping. That's why you see them on the phones all the time. And the random winner is RIGA COMM. Liga? Someone? Come over.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, and this is just how easy it is. What I could have done instead was told you that, and at the end of the game I will be asking questions and you'll have to answer them. The effect would have probably been the same. But Liga, please come up. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
You are a Digital Matter.
Digital Matter, yes.
What does the company do?
Advertising.
Advertising company, perfect. They can use our concepts, their graphics, and you'll get more leads.
We are much more better than Google. Yes, we are much better than Google.
Okay, Liga, here you go.
Thank you.
Well learned.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing. And this is my 20-minute long presentation, gentlemen and ladies. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
That's it. So, do we have any questions?
I know it's so easy, it's kind of obvious, like, what's there to ask?
Yeah, we have one.
How do you ensure that crowd leads that you get from these gamification campaigns is hard? I mean, you say that gamification campaigns are really challenging and you force customer to play because it's really interesting to play. But maybe this customer just submitted his email just to play, not to buy something from us. So how do you like spike of this?
It depends on where you deploy it and how you deploy it. So with marketing always we have a lot of customers we want, and then there's some residue customers who are not really in our focus. So that's a part of a game. And I think that at the end of the day, probably every customer potentially could be your customer or could be linked to someone who is in your network. Because when you create a gamified campaign, at the end of it you can have social sharing buttons, and then someone will share it, and then maybe someone in their network actually goes in, and then that's your lead customer. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Do you only give a prize for the game?
It depends a little bit, because obviously there are a lot of studies about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. So extrinsic motivation is effectively giving the prize and kind of hacking it. So when we talk, for example, about raising our children, then we want to focus on intrinsic motivation. So there's not always a prize. But nowadays I know that we want to get the results fast, we want to get the leads in, we want to get the sales in. So extrinsic motivation, even a tiny one, is worth it. So again, full disclosure here. These headphones costs us, I think, like 70 euros. So, and all of you hopefully enjoyed the game. You engaged with us. So effectively there was that one tiny prize which was enough to make people play. And for gamified campaigns, the same rule applies. You don't need to give out cars and mansions and expensive stuff. Small prizes which provide this extra boost of extrinsic motivation are super important, and they will help you along. Because people like games, and if you can play a game and win a prize, well, that's double benefit.
Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah.
But thank you very much.
So thank you.
Play some games.
Thank you, Vladimir.
Thank you.